And here we go. We're jumping into our second last series of the night and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Lightshade. Oh, we're in Lightshade. Let's go. We have the German Protoss player representing Berserker Esports. It is Spatz. And spawning in the top left hand corner of Lightshade, we have his opponent. We have the Romanian Terran, currently teamless. It is CuKu. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. The TvPs will continue. I do think that this is going to be a bit of a closer matchup. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Oh my god. Oh, Bobby. We didn't see anything. It's fine, Bobby. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So I'm pretty sure CuKu has been practicing. pretty sure he's still been active. It is unfortunate that CuKu is currently teamless. He was on Infernales Esports, but Infernales did disband at the start of the year, quite a number of months ago, and yeah, has been left to his own devices. Just maybe warming up a little bit at the start of the game. It's okay. As we're now on Lightshade. Again, if you're maybe a little bit newer to the scene, then maybe you're not familiar with this map, but this map was active back in the day, a couple of years ago, around the beginning of 2020, the COVID era of StarCraft. And Lightshade has a couple of different features to it. One, very short rush distance by ground, but a little bit wide as well. So there are a lot of bases to be taken, but it can lead to a lot of aggression as well. So because of that, we would see a lot of all-ins and we'd see a lot of rushes on Lightshade. We would also see a lot of split map scenarios. Not too difficult to cut this map in half as well, at least in the past. So it's great to see this after such a long time. It's great to see that earlier we saw Death Aura, now we're seeing Lightshade. We still haven't seen Jagannatha tonight, so I'm hoping we can get the trifecta, but we'll see. I'm sure Miyamaka will go for Jagannatha later on, I'm sure. Until such a time, though, CuKu does go for an SCV Scout, is going for a Rax Expand as well. I didn't really get to go too much into it, but when casting Baby Marine, I was talking about how a lot of the Korean meta, or even the TvP meta, has been shifting towards Rax Expand openers instead. Baby Marine was against that. We saw him go for double gas openers both games, but here CuKu, again, is going for something a little bit more economic. It's going to be relying on Marines to defend. Should be seeing a bunker momentarily. Without a bunker, this Adept may be able to get past these units and get into that mineral line, but no, the Marines are here to meet it. Adept is forced back. It is going to attempt to shade in to pick off some of these units, and we'll go for the mule. Up! Up! Ooh. And that is a fresh mule as well. A pretty good pick off here for that one Adept. Not too bad for Spatz. On top of that, he does also confirm the Rax Expand from his opponent. He's fully aware of it. As the initial Stalker is going to be slowing down this army in the middle of the map as well. We're getting a lot of value. Of course, with the tall grass in the middle of the map, we can't really keep chasing. We do have to respect it, so both players will just chill here for the oh, never mind. I love it. I love how they're making use of the tall grass here. Just using it to their advantage to make sure they get their hits off. Meanwhile, what's the Stargate opener from Spatz? The Oracle comes in, and the Oracle will clean up the majority of those Marines. The Hellions try to run past, but they run into more Stalkers. A bold move here from CuKu. He will get a scout off, and I mean, he's aware of the Stargate. He also sees the Twilight Council, so he knows that Spatz isn't going into Phoenixes. Meanwhile, bold move here. CuKu is following this up with a very committed mine drop. We have an armory in the main base. We have Widow Mines on the way. Multiple medevacs as well. Oh boy. Thankfully for Spatz, there is detection. We have oracles, but oh, I spoke too soon. Up. We had oracles. Emphasis on the had, as the drop is going to be zooming across the map. Thankfully, we are about to make a second Oracle, so we still do have detection available, just not as much. Boy, as the drop is going across the map. What's also important is that because the Oracle died, He didn't scout. He did not see the main base. He doesn't know what's coming his way. Otherwise, if the Oracle was able to avoid that Widowmine, we would have seen a full scout of the main, we would have spotted the armory, we would have seen the production. Spatz is in the dark. Until now. He didn't... No, he didn't see. The Oracle may have spotted the drop, but Spatz has not. The drops are racing across the map, and... this is not going to end well. We do have a reaction. We do pull the workers away for the time being. Mine shots are going to be going off. They're looking to chase it down whatever they can. No reaction here at the natural. No. Ooh. Massive mine shots do go off. We have the mines chasing down these workers wherever they can. Ooh. Even a stalker does go down. We had a revelation, but only one revelation. We only have a single oracle, and we don't have enough energy for another spell. It's gonna reset. It's gonna reset, papi. Oh no. Okay, oh god. 22 probes. These are gonna reset as well. No reaction. No. And Spatz will lose every single worker imaginable. 34 probes go down. And the Widowmines are still alive. Spatz is going all in. Oh boy. For context, if you have an armory, you do need detection to clean up a Widowmine. That's why we were waiting. That's why we were waiting for the revelations. That's why it was crucial that the first Oracle did die as well. Now we're across the map. Everything is on the line. Bunker will go down. But as time goes on, this is going to get easier and easier for CuKu. He's got his tank. Oh. Mines keep going off across the map as well. As Spatz is fighting his heart out, just microing his heart out as well, blinking as best he can. It's all he can do. It's a revelation on the army. He sees it. He knows. He knows there's a tank there. It's good to know. As well as if CuKu does load up for a drop. To be fair, we do have a rotation that we blink up into the main. Stim is going to be denied. Solid pick up here from Spatz. He's going to deny combat shields as well. Yo, Spatz is dealing some damage. He's not in this yet, but he's getting there. You know, he's got 3 Nexi. He's making 3 probes at a time. He's still down heavily in workers, insanely heavily actually. His economy is still in shambles, but he's making CuKu work for it. He's being fueled by copium right now, and copium is a powerful thing. As he blinks in once again to snipe those tech labs. Oh, and he will get a 3rd tech lab. Oh no, but it's going to cost him a couple of stalkers. We do see Stim being produced further back in the safety of the main to make sure that Stim will complete. So even blink behind the mineral line as well, just getting a couple of these SCVs. 3, 4 SCVs will go down. CuKu, he goes for the scan. He gets eyes on the 3rd base. Now this is the push to end all games. What do we have? We have 3 tanks, a Raven, 4 Marauders, Stim. Stim is going to finish up in a couple of seconds as well. Once Stim is done, I imagine CuKu is going to move out across the map. Without DTs, without disruptors, I don't know how Spatz can stop this. He's going to try. He's got a couple of sentries. He can force field. We have a scan, and we do get eyes on the stasis trap. Cheeky move out of Spatz. I appreciate it. As the force fields are going to be slowing CuKu down. Again, another feature of Lightshade is that the entryway through the center of the map is very narrow. Very difficult to push through. He does power on through anyway. He goes for another medevac drop towards the main base. Stim is going to finish up in a couple of seconds. The Raven almost gets picked off. Oh, it will go down. Again, Spatz trying to pick off whatever he can as it moves out across the map. But the tanks have arrived, Papi. The tanks have arrived. We do have the Sims. Well, the tanks aren't really taking part in this engagement, but we don't really need them. GG, as we do have the drop into the main. And CuKu will take game number 1. Oh, GG, Papi. GG. Off of the back of some unscattered armory widow mines. Oh, again, it all came down to that one oracle. Remember, the one oracle that died before it made it into the main base that could have changed everything. But really good positioning from CuKu, right? Like, really good of him to set up his widow mine there outside his main base to anticipate the pathing of that oracle and to shut it down. Well played. Very well played. Is this map in the pool? This map used to be in the ladder map pool. Shout out to Frost is helping explain. But this tournament, the basic all OSC events, they do have an extended map pool. They have the ladder map pool alongside 3 old maps that players voted on themselves. This was voted in by the player base. Not this map, the previous map, Lightshade, as well as Jagannatha and Death Aura. But here we go. We are getting into game number 2. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Babylon, we have the German Protoss player representing Berserker Esports. It is Spatz. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Romanian Terran player leading the series 1-0. It is CuKu. I love this comment, caught me off guard. Sometimes no reaction is better than reacting. This is not one of those times. That's good. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, sometimes it is better not to react. Not that game for Spatz though. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. As we're getting into this in Spatz, he's upset. He's had enough. Similar to Firefly, he's going for a proxy gate across the map. Oh boy. Probe Scout is going to be coming on in. Will be denied entry into the main base. CuKu is mixing things up as well. He's going for a double gas opener here. So far more aggressive. Is going to be going for a faster factory into a faster starport. We'll see how this does shape up. It was a little bit of a sad game that we saw earlier between Firefly and Baby Marine, where the adepts showed up. It was 6 adepts. They showed up, the wall was down, and they just ended the game. I don't imagine that will happen this time. I do imagine that CuKu will be, you know, the game will progress and move on from there. But we'll see. So basically with this, we can actually make a Zealot back home, race it across the map, and make an Adept, and make a Stalker, and just overwhelm with gateway units. Speaking of, here we go. We have a Stalker across the map. We have an Adept from across. Sorry, we have a Stalker across the map. We have an Adept coming out from back home. And there is that Zealot that we were speaking of as well. This is designed to delay, maybe even deny the natural base. Oh, as the SCV is going to be forced back. CC is forced to be thrown down in the main instead. I'll be honest, I kind of wish that Spatz waited a little bit longer and actually let the CC be thrown down at the natural, but regardless, his units are laying siege upon that depot. We do force the SCVs to react, force them off the mineral line to repair. Oh boy, and just like this, Spatz is expanding behind this. He is containing CuKu to one base. And just causing even more lost mine time. Ay, ay, ay. The depot is brought down, and the Stalkers do get into the main, and yeah, once again, that CC is going to be delayed. This is getting a little bit out of hand. Hellions are doing what they can, but Hellions, they merely tickle these Stalkers. 6 SCVs fall. We're going to see 7. Maybe even 8. Oh my god. As we cancel the CC, we're going for an all-in? Okay. Fair enough. That really caught me off guard. So yeah, CuKu goes to the cancel. He throws down 2 more Raxes instead. I think he's recognized that he's just sustained too much economic losses, too much economic damage. But it's not stopping, Papi. It's not stopping. Stalkers, they just keep on filing in. Without a tank, Without a Cyclone, we can't really defend here. We do have a tank on the way now, but this is far too late. As the Stalkers take down another depot. The tank will finally shoot this away, but CuKu, I don't even know if he can sustain this production with 14 workers. Oh boy. I mean, he does have the added value of Spatz not knowing this. He doesn't know about the cancelled CC. He doesn't know about the one base all in. Back at home, he's teching. He's going for a Twilight Council, going for a Robo. But even with that, like, I don't know how hard this is really going to hit. We're going to have Vanilla Marines. We're going to have 2 tanks, maybe 3 tanks when we move out. Oh, so we're still supply blocked. And yeah, I guess I'm curious to see like how many tanks we're going to move out with. I imagine it's going to be 3. I feel like if we wait longer than that, we just won't. It's going to be too much time, and Spatz will have far too many reinforcements. Like, he's getting 4 gates up and running. Blink is on the way. Here we go. We're moving out across the map, but we're already being slowed down by these Stalkers. Like, Stalkers, they can just chip away at this for days. Solid volley from these siege tanks. Not too bad. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we just pull the boys as well. Like, we're already all in, may as well. As we do see CuKu just pushing through the center of the map. Oh no, the Adepts are going for a I mean, this is a little bit unnecessary, but the Adepts are going for a counterattack as well. Catching some reinforcements. They're going to be slipping into the main base and just cleaning up what little is left of these SCVs. And it all comes down to this one big push. We have 3 tanks. We have an overcharge as well. Zelta already getting on top of them. 1 tank goes down. And after recognizing the all-in, we even had an Immortal. GG gets called, and Spatz cleans up the army and takes game number 2. Tying up the series 1-1. GG. We have ourselves an ace match. We're going all the way to game number 3. Oh, let's go, Barbie. Let's go. And game 3 will be taking place on Royal Blood. Alright. Exclamation mark. Yeah, we do have a command, exclamation mark OSC maps. True, true. The 1G. There was a 1G there for a moment. You're not wrong, Pappy. You're not wrong. But here we go. We have made it all the way to game 3, the ace match between these 2 players. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the German Protoss player representing Berserker Esports. It is Spatz. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Romanian Terran representing himself here, looking to fight back in the ace match. It is CuKu. As a reminder, this is an elimination match. The loser of this series gets eliminated from the tournament. The winner moves on into the next round. And I'm not too sure who they're going to be facing. We can kind of go over that once we are wrapped up with this. Oh, I just saw. Let's go, Papi. Spatz is once again going for another proxy. Oh boy, the aggression just doesn't stop. I did just double check. Firefly, previously, he took down Baby Marine and he moves on to face off against Trigger in a PvP. The winner of this series moves on to face Eba. So Eba versus the winner of this series will be coming up next week. But this is going to be the same opener as the previous game. We have 1 gate at home, 1 gate proxied across the map. Meanwhile, CuKu is going for a Rax expand. Economic opener here from CuKu. Now, I'm not 100% certain how the timing works out with this. Is the CC going to be done by the time the Zealot gets across the map? As the Zealot is being chronoed as we speak. This is going to be scouted by CuKu. He does see this. Yeah, and he does go for the CC on the high ground, okay. Pretty solid tell here. You know, there's no reason for the Zealot to be chronoed unless we are going for a proxy gateway like this, so he's going for a safety precaution. Oh my god, we're clowning, Papi. Meanwhile, Spatz is following this up with a ninja base. Not just a ninja base, but a gold. Let's go. Fun fact, out of all the European Protoss players, Spatz is the player that does this the most often. That's why I love him. That's why I love him. Spatz, we've been casting him quite a lot recently, and he, especially in WTL, he has gone for these ninja bases. And ninja golds whenever he can get away with it. Meanwhile, here we go. The first Zealot and Stalker have arrived. Ooh, SCV is going to be going down. The bunker is not quite done yet. Already damage is being dealt. The depot getting very low. The Marines being focused down one after the other. Posting a massive reaction here. And the goal for Spatz this time is to contain his opponent. It's just, oh my god. Oof. It's just to contain CuKu onto one base while he gets his Nexus up and running, goes for a recall, and Maynards his workers over. Oh boy. I mean, at least CuKu isn't forced all in. Ooh, as we see him setting up for potentially a 2-on-1 or even a 3-Rax, as he does throw down that second Rax here in the main. Oh, with that high ground vision provided by the Shade, Depot takes a lot of hits. Meanwhile, the Nexus is done, and we do recall the probes over. We have the Twilight Council. I imagine this is going to be for charge. I imagine, especially with these gold minerals, we can go for a mass amount of gateways and charge lots. So again, we're just shaving off whatever Marines we can. Looking at the Unisoul tab, oh, this is efficiency. Spatz hasn't lost a single unit, and he's picked up 3 SCVs, 3 Marines. Lost mining time, forced bunker, forced repairs as well. Ay. And finally, Spatz is forced back. Behind this, we're not going for charge. We're actually going for blink instead. Fair enough. Got a proxy robo as well over by the ninja base. And Spatz is just skyrocketing ahead economically. He dives on top of this army. Tank does siege up, but no friendly fire. Good targeting from that tank. That would have been disastrous, by the way. If the tank had attacked the Adepts, oh boy, these Marines would no longer be with us. But speaking of Adepts, more of them are showing up. Oh, and we're going to be diving on top of the tank once again. The tank not able to take part in this. The Marine count is being completely reset. 3 of the original Marines do survive. Reinforcements force that back. But we're not stopping. Because we can afford it. Oh my god. Not like this. The tank goes down. God, these Adepts are just trading so well. The friendly fire, Papi. Behind this, we're getting a 3rd base up and running. We're getting our Prism as well. I believe, yep, we have 4 gates. So 4-gate Blink Stalker is next on the horizon here for Spatz. And there's not a lot to protect these tanks. 2 volleys is all it takes. The tank goes down. Spatz is getting out of control. Like, his meticulous control with his units has just been insane, and CuKu is not set up to defend against this. Like, we've got a bunker and a tank on the low ground, but we're going to have high ground vision. We can just blink into the main. We can get Stim again. Oh no. The tank, it goes down to the natural. The main is completely exposed, and the Stalkers blink in. Stim will be denied. And again. The tanks are doing what they can, but honestly, there's not a lot to protect these tanks. Like, if Spatz really wanted to, he could dive on top of them. as he's just being forced further back into the main, taking down more reactors, taking down some of these depots. Oh, the Prism! Prism does take a lot of hits. But this is already so much damage. Ay, ay, ay. Even the Raxes are under threat. Spat's gonna rotate around, picking off more SCVs. Behind this is he's still getting his store base up and running. We have a Forge. He can force some friendly fire. Oh, he has to be careful. And there we go. We blink on forward. The first tank goes down. Server does get sniped as the Prism comes in for the other tank. No, we have a random immortal. Good hold position micro from those SCVs, but we have a warp into the natural. The Stalkers, we rotate over to the natural as well. And it's just a slow death here for CuKu. Just being pulled apart left and right. If he had Stim, it would be a different story, but he doesn't have any add-ons on his Raxes. Doesn't have any tech labs. And Spatz has been able to get away with murder. What can CuKu do to come back in this game? I mean, he's getting into window mine production, which can help punish some of these blinks, kind of take down the Prism as well. Speaking of, oh, have to be careful. Looks like the aggression will be slowed down. Spatz backs off. He's taking up. He's throwing down additional gateways, going for that Templar Archives for Archons. And eventually he'll just have it too much and he'll be able to overwhelm the natural. Pushing up into the main can be maybe a little bit difficult just because of the tanks. But the natural, not so much. Widow mines go down. There's just so many cells available here. The Marines, vanilla Marines, like, what are they going to do? They're just not that great. Stim on the way, thankfully. As Spatz is still just trying to break the defenses here of CuKu. I know he doesn't have to. If he really wants to, he can take a fourth base and tech up even further. But he wants to force the issue. Like, if he can, he wants to break CuKu. As behind this, working towards Storm. And Storm may just be the nail in the coffin. Like, 2 solid Storms will annihilate this army. And there we go. The High Templar already morphed in. Oh, it's Spatz. This is so unnecessary. He's going for the other gold base as well. Because why not? I mean, he has map control. He can do whatever he wants. He can take every base if he wants to. He's going for the other gold. He's a greedy boy. Show us a Storm. And we have a Storm on half of the Marine army. Mine shots aren't too bad. Prism does go down, but we have 2 more Storms behind this. Oh my god. 1 left. 1 Storm in the chamber. GG gets called, and Spatz will take the series 2-1. GG. That was a little bit heartbreaking. just a little bit, as CuKu, he was just kind of contained to his 2 bases, and Spatz was bullying him so hard, even before the Blink Stalkers. Let's be real, let's remember, like, the initial Adepts as well, and that does have to do with, you know, Spatz, his control, his kind of seeing opportunities and seizing those opportunities whenever he can. Diving on top of those tanks, forcing friendly fire, and trading so damn efficiently with those Adepts, and that snowballs over time. He picked off so many Marines and tanks as well, and that kind of led up towards the 4-gate Blink Stalker, where CuKu didn't have the tank count, he didn't have the Marine count to defend properly. Everything just slowly snowballed from those initial trades that Spatz was getting. And with that, GG, well played, Spatz. There's a reason why he's the ace player on Berserker Esports. There's a reason why he's been looking pretty hot recently, and yeah, does kind of show that off against CuKu in the end. And now we have one series left. One more best of series to go. But it's not a best of 3. It's a best of 5. Oh boy. You can see it on your screens. It is going to be Mio Micah going up against Hon Mono. Oh. A best of 5 as well, Poppy. A best of 5. Let's go. Let's go. What more could you ask for? The King of the Sea up against Hon Mono himself.